Self-love is not about self-love if you have to throw it in everybody else's face on social media. What's going on, y'all? It's Mario back with another episode of the Pessimologist Podcast. Remember, you can find me on all streaming platforms. That's YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Remember, all the information is going to be floating right down here at the bottom. Let's go. All right, so today I want to talk about this whole self-love epidemic, right? Everybody's always talking about, oh, I love me so much, blah, 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 blah. And they throw it in our face. They force feed us their self-love. So check this out, right? I took some time and I thought about it. Is it really self-love if you have to announce it to the world? A lot of things are just because they are. You see what I'm saying? When somebody posts a regular post online, like let's say I post a picture of me and I'm, I don't know, standing on my stairway and I just think I look good, right? So I do the pose. You know what I'm saying? So I do the pose. I'm just going to post a picture. I'm not going to say I took the picture because I thought the lighting looked good on the stairway. I'm not saying that. I just took the picture. So we have these people, right, who are big into the, the self-love, I love me, yada, yada, yada. And they post these pictures and they come with all of this, I love me, yada, 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 yada. So here's the thing, right? There's two types of people in the world. You have these type of people. I don't even have to explain, right? You have these type of people. And then you have the people over here who would feel sorry for you or sympathize with the whole self-love thing, right? So if you get somebody who's generally, they care about other people, they might get taken advantage of because, nice guys finish last. You'll have those people who will see you over here dying inside because you somehow found yourself in a situation where you don't love yourself, right? So, which is a serious, a serious matter. It's something that needs to be addressed. But if you don't love yourself, right? And we're going to get into that later. If you don't love yourself and somebody else sees that who feels bad for you, you know what they're going to do? Bop, bop. They're going to like your post. You know what else they're going to do? Bop, 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 bop. They're going to write a comment under there. Something that says, oh, you're beautiful. Keep doing what you do. You know what I'm saying? You're gorgeous. Don't listen to other people. Yada, yada, yada. Those other people they're talking about are people like this guy, right? But here's the thing. Self-love needs to be silent. It needs to be silent. If it was really about you and learning to appreciate yourself, which is what I'm going to get into, why does it have to be a public service announcement? Why does there have to be alarms going off? Why does there have to be a big parade and a whole bunch of posts follow with I'm learning to love me and I love me, look at me in this dress or look at me in this shirt for guys or whatever, which is a quick plug I want to bring up. Invasion Echelon. All right. As y'all can see, look, the back. You probably can't see it much right now because I'm filming, but y'all go check out my man Hansley's clothing line, Invasion Echelon. Really good collection he got going on. I'll put the link, I'll run it across the bottom here. Make sure you go to the website to check them out. But anyway, back on topic, right? So it could be guys or girls. It doesn't matter. It's very indiscriminate, right? So they'll get online and it's all of these posts, right? And it's just, I love me, it's spewing all of this announcement of the love, right? If it's really about you and you growing, why are you putting it out for public consumption, right? Somebody could easily come, it's always that person right there. Somebody could easily come and say, well, you know what, Mario, Mr. Pessimologist, maybe they didn't love themselves before. They didn't like the way they looked in the dress. Maybe they didn't like that. Maybe they didn't like the way their hair looked or something. Whatever it is, or maybe the guy wasn't confident about how his midsection looked. Let's say that because it goes to both genders, and now they feel comfortable enough to post it online. Okay, fine, perfectly fine. You got me right. No, you don't, because it goes back to my picture taking thing I told you about, bro or homegirl, the one who didn't appreciate their body before, didn't like the way whatever looked on them before, their hair, whatever it is, they didn't like it before, right? But now they're learning to appreciate themselves, right? So they post a picture. They were scared to post a picture before, but now they post it, right? Cool. Why do you have to put this is for self-love? Why do you have to do it? You can just simply post that picture and not explain to the world or announce to the world or force feed it down our throat that you're doing it for self-love. It shouldn't be about the adulation you'll get from other people. It shouldn't be about the amount of likes you get. It shouldn't be about the comments. It shouldn't be about the shares. It's digital pity is what you're getting. There's nothing wrong with appreciating who you are. There is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with coming from a place where you used to not appreciate yourself. There's nothing wrong with coming from a place where you used to hide, to do anything you can to hide who you are, or to cover up your arms or your whatever it is, your chest, your belly. There's nothing wrong with coming to a place of acceptance and appreciation. However, there is something wrong with posting it for the sake of attention. And that's what a lot of people do. They'll sit here and look at me and think that I'm just being rude or just scroll past it. It's not that. The point of this podcast, if you do not know, is to challenge thought. You need to be doing things with a purpose. If you are posting something 9 times out of 10 or 9.5 times out of 10, you want somebody to notice what you're posting. That's what you want, right? But when you post something with a caption, you want to emphasize the post that you have made, right? So now that you have done that, sometimes people are gonna read the caption so they can, allow the post to be emphasized, right? So you're sitting here putting, I love me, self-love, I'm learning to love myself, yada, 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 and all this other stuff, right? Why are you putting that? Why are you for attention? You want somebody to notice that you're in the process of loving yourself, right? It's not about what everybody else thinks. It's not. It's about you loving yourself, right? So why are you now including other people? What if you post it and somebody like me comes along and you're setting yourself up, right? So you're in a vulnerable state because you're obviously seeking adulation from other people about you loving yourself, right? So you post it. Somebody like me comes along, not saying I'm gonna be rude, but somebody like me comes along and they're just like, hey, why are you making this a public affair? You loving yourself has nothing to do with anybody else. It has nothing to do with what anybody else would think about this situation. Why are you posting it? So now you're in a situation, right? Because you're like, oh, how dare you? And I could affect. Or what if somebody mean came along and said, bro, you're fat, bro. Stop posting. Stop doing all that. And you know what? You would be completely open to that. You would be completely susceptible to whatever is brought your way. You know why? Because now you have just brought a personal matter you are dealing with to yourself, to the public. You've brought that on yourself. All right. So you got to be mindful of that. So there's no such thing really as mean people on social media. Now check this out. Let's say, I don't know. No, I'm not even going to backpedal. I'm not backpedaling. There's no such thing as mean people on social media. Because they're only as mean as what you expose yourself to. All right. You just made a piece of artwork. You took your time on it and you put it online. And somebody comes up and says it's ugly. The same way you can post and say this is my work of art and I love it is the same way that they can say it's ugly. You have to understand how social media works. This is not just how social media works. It's how the world works. All right. But you got to get over it. You just got to understand this is the way things work. And the last thing I want to touch on is the whole loving yourself thing, right? And this is where the part comes in where people can be like, Mario, you're thinking too much into this. But I don't. For anybody who doesn't know, I feel love is overrated. I feel love is not universally defined. So therefore, it is just some cocktail of an emotion that everybody has a different variation of, right? So I don't think a lot of decisions or anything permanent should be made upon love, because love can sway with the wind. Love can change at a moment's notice, right? I don't feel people should get married for the sake of love. Why? Because if there's any type of infidelity or anything, even just enough arguments, that love can be swayed in the same things you said you love somebody for. Oh, because they take care of me, or oh, because they're so nice to me, or all of these reasons, right? If anger is introduced, love is gone. So I don't feel love should be made on permanent. Love should be based on permanent decisions. I don't, because it sways. So I think the same thing with someone saying love yourself. Don't love yourself. Don't do that, because you can love yourself because you're slim. What happens if you get big? Do you love yourself anymore? You could fall out of... Love is finicky. Forget it, all right? Appreciate yourself. Appreciate who you are and what you have to bring to any proverbial table. Think about it. If you go and you, apply for a job. If you appreciate yourself truly and you don't get it, all bets are off. You understand what I'm saying? Or for the sake of what I'm talking about, if you're dealing with somebody or if you're dealing with things online and you post because you truly appreciate yourself, you won't be looking for the adulation of others. But you shouldn't be doing that anyway. If you post online, you should be ready for whatever comes your way. You understand me? Well, that's going to be it for this episode, y'all. Remember, make sure to follow me on all streaming platforms. Season 1 and Season 2 is up. So there are other episodes on there. Make sure you go check it out. Look for all my handles that's been floating down here. Remember, your fingers are not any better than mine. If you see this on some platform, double tap it, bro. Stop playing.